My dear friends, imagine with me, if you will, curious sort of person. This person, though walking and talking, though eating and sleeping, is not truly alive. They breathe, yes, but they do not live. They exist, but they do not thrive. They are, in a word, dead before death has claimed them. It is this curious and tragic state that I wish to address today, for I believe it is a fate that befalls far too many of us, often without our even realizing it. What does it mean to die before death? It is to surrender the vibrancy of life while still drawing breath. It is to extinguish the flame of curiosity, wonder, and growth long before our physical form returns to the earth. It is, in essence, to forfeit the very essence of what makes us human, our capacity for joy, for love, for learning, and for meaningful change. But why, you may ask, do we allow ourselves to slip into this state of premature demise? Now, the answer, I believe, lies in the very nature of our modern world. We are bombarded daily with distractions, with trivial concerns that masquerade as matters of great import. We are taught from an early age to fear failure, to avoid risk, to seek comfort above all else. And in doing so, we inadvertently smother the very spark that makes life worth living. Consider, if you will, a child at play. Watch how they approach the world with wide-eyed wonder, how every leaf and stone hold the promise of discovery. They do not worry about looking foolish, about making mistakes, about what others might think. They simply lie, fully and without reservation. And in doing so, they are more alive than many adults who have long since forgotten how to play, how to marvel, how to embrace the sheer joy of existence. But here is the rub, my friend. We are not meant to remain children forever. The goal is not to retreat into a state of perpetual infancy, but rather to carry forward that childlike sense of wonder and combine it with the wisdom and capability of adults. It is to approach life with both the curiosity of a child and the discernment of a sage. This, I believe, is the key to truly living, to refusing to die before death claims. You might be thinking that is all well and good, but how does one actually achieve this state of vibrant living? It is a fair question, and one I shall endeavor to answer. First, let us consider the obstacles that stand in our way. First, and perhaps most insidious enemy of true living, is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. This fear paralyzes us, keeps us trapped in comfortable but stifling routines. We choose the safety of the known over the exhilarating uncertainty of growth, but consider this: every great adventure, every meaningful achievement, every profound connection begins with a step into the unknown. To live fully is to embrace this uncertainty, to view it not as a threat but as an opportunity for growth and discovery. The second obstacle is what I call the tyranny of the trivial. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with information that demands on our time and attention. Social obligations, work pressures, the endless scroll of social media, all of these conspire to keep us distracted from what truly matters. We become so caught up in the day-to-day minutiae that we forget to pause and ask ourselves the big questions. What do I truly value? What kind of person do I want to be? What legacy do I wish to leave behind? The third obstacle is the belief that we are somehow fixed, unchangeable, that our personality, our capabilities, our very essence is set in stone. This belief is not only false, but deeply harmful. It robs us of the joy of growth, of the thrill of becoming. For you see, my friends, we are not static beings. We are, each of us, a work in progress, capable of profound change and growth until the very end of our days. So, how do we overcome these obstacles? How do we ensure that we do not die before death claims us? Allow me to offer a few suggestions. First and foremost, we must cultivate curiosity. Make it a habit to ask questions, to seek out new experiences, to challenge your own assumptions. Read widely and deeply. Engage in conversations with people who think differently from you. Travel, if you can, not just to see new places, but to experience new ways of being. And when you encounter something you do not understand, resist the urge. Instead, lean in, explore, wonder. Secondly, embrace discomfort. Growth rarely happens within our comfort zones. If you find yourself too comfortable, too settled, take it as a sign that it is time to shake things up. Learn a new skill. Take on a challenging project. Volunteer for something that scares you a little. Remember, the goal is not to be reckless, but to stretch yourself, to discover capabilities you didn't know you had. Thirdly, practice presence. In our rush to get through life, we often forget to actually live it. Make a conscious effort to be fully present in each moment. When you eat, savor each bite. When you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet. When you converse, truly listen. This practice of mindfulness not only enhances our enjoyment of life, but also sharpens our ability to discern what truly matters. Or nurture relationships. Human connection is not a luxury, it is a necessity for life well lived. Invest time and energy in your relationships. Be vulnerable. Share your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, and in turn, create space for others to do the same. For it is in these deep connections that we often find the most profound sense of meaning and purpose. Fifth, engage in regular self-reflection. Set aside time each day, or at least each week, Pause and take stock. What are you grateful for? What challenges are you facing? What have you learned recently? What do you hope to achieve in the coming days or weeks? This practice of self-reflection helps us stay aligned with our values and ensures that we are actively shaping our lives rather than merely reacting to circumstances. 6. Cultivate a sense of wonder. Make it a point to seek out beauty and marvel at it. This could be as simple as watching a sunset or as profound as contemplating the vastness of the cosmos. Allow yourself to be awed by the incredible world we inhabit. For in wonder we touch something greater than ourselves, and in doing so we come alive in a way that nothing else can match. 7. Embrace failure as a teacher. Too often we let the fear of failure hold us back from attempting great things. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a crucial part of it. Every misstep, every setback, every apparent failure carries within it seeds of future success, if only we have the wisdom to learn from it. So, fail boldly, fail often, or most important, fail forward. 8. Practice forgiveness both of others and of yourself. Holding on to grudges, nursing old wounds, these things rob us of vital energy. They keep us tethered to the past, unable to fully embrace the present or move confidently into the future. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions, rather it means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment and anger. 9. Cultivate gratitude. In a world that constantly tells us we need more, that we are not enough, gratitude is a revolutionary act. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, from scarcity to abundance. Make it a daily practice to acknowledge the good in your life, no matter how small it may seem. For in gratitude we find contentment, and in contentment we find the strength to live fully. 10th, and perhaps most importantly, define your own measure of success. Society will try to tell you what a successful life looks like, usually in terms of wealth, status, or power, but I urge you to look deeper. What truly matters to you? What values do you hold dear? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? Let these questions guide your choices, your actions, your very way of being in the world. My friends, I can almost hear some of you thinking, this all sounds well and good, but surely it is too late for me. I have already settled into my ways, already lost that sense of wonder and possibility. To this, I say emphatically nonsense. It is never too late to begin living fully. Every moment offers us the chance to make a new choice, to take a different path, to rewrite our story. Consider the example of the humble caterpillar. For most of its life, it crawls along the ground, focused solely on consuming and surviving. But then, at a seemingly arbitrary point, it enters its chrysalis and undergoes a profound transformation. It emerges as a butterfly, capable of flight, of seeing the world from an entirely new perspective. This metamorphosis is not just a biological fact, it is a powerful metaphor for the potential that lies within each of us. You see, we too have the capacity for radical transformation. No matter how long we have been crawling, no matter how set in our ways we may seem, we always retain the potential for flight. But unlike the caterpillar, our transformation is not predestined. It is a choice we must make consciously, repeatedly, with courage and conviction. This choice to live fully, to refuse to die before death, it is not an easy one. It requires courage, persistence, and a willingness to face discomfort. Oh, my friends, the rewards are beyond measure. For in choosing to live fully, we not only enrich our own lives, but also become beacons of possibility for others. Imagine, if you will, a world where each of us committed to living fully, to refusing to die before death, a world where curiosity, wonder, and growth were valued above comfort and conformity, a world where each person strived to become the fullest, most authentic version of themselves. What problems might we solve? What beauty might we create? What depths of understanding and connection might we achieve? This vision may seem idealistic, perhaps even naive in the face of the many challenges our world faces. But I submit to you that it is precisely in times of great challenge that we most need to embrace life fully. For it is only through fully engaged, fully alive individuals that we can hope to address the complex issues that confront us. Moreover, this commitment to living fully is not just about grand gestures or world-changing actions. It is about the small choices we make each day. It is about choosing kindness over indifference, curiosity over judgment, growth over stagnation. It is about finding joy in simple pleasures, about treating each interaction as an opportunity for connection and understanding. In essence, my friends, to refuse to die before death is to embrace the full spectrum of human experience. It is to welcome joy and sorrow, triumph and failure, certainty and doubt as equally valuable parts of the journey. It is to approach each day, each moment, as a gift and opportunity to learn, to grow, to connect, to create. I understand that this may all sound rather daunting. The task of living fully, of refusing to die before death. It is no small undertaking. But take heart, my friend. For just as a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, so too does a life fully lived begin with a single choice. That choice might be as simple as picking up a book on a subject you have always been curious about. It might be striking up a conversation with a stranger. It might be trying your hand at a new hobby or skill. The specific action matters less than the intent behind it. the intent to engage more fully with life, to push beyond your comfort zone, to go. And here is the beautiful thing: each choice to live more fully makes the next choice easier. It is as if we're building a muscle of aliveness, strengthening it with each deliberate act of engagement. Over time, what once seemed difficult or frightening becomes natural, even invigorating. But let me be clear, this is not about constant activity or relentless self-improvement. Living fully also means embracing rest, savoring moments of quiet contemplation, allowing yourself to simply be. It is about quality of engagement, not quantity of experiences. Moreover, living fully does not mean living without fear or doubt. These are natural, even necessary parts of the human experience. The goal is not to eliminate these feelings, but to learn to act in spite of them, to use them as fuel for growth rather than barriers to it. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge. For the next week, I want you to make a conscious effort to live more fully. Each day, do at least one thing that pushes you out of your comfort zone, that engages your sense of wonder, that connects you more deeply with others or with yourself. It might feel awkward at first, even a bit silly. You might face setbacks or moments of doubt, but persist. For in this persistence, in this commitment to living fully, you will find a richness of experience, a depth of meaning that no amount of mere existence can match. Remember, my friends, life is not something that happens to us. It is something we actively create moment by moment, choice by choice. We have within us the power to shape our experiences, to determine the quality of our days. To live fully is to seize this power, to wield it with intention and care. In closing, let me remind you of this fundamental truth: you are alive, right here, right now, in this very moment. This is not a dress rehearsal, not a practice run. This is your life unfolding in real time. How will you choose to live it? Will you allow yourself to die before death, to sleepwalk through your days, to let fear and complacency rob you of the vibrancy of true living? Or will you choose to live, to engage deep, grow continuously? The choice, my friends, is yours. And it is a choice you must make not once, but over and over again, day after day. For life is not a destination to be reached, but a journey to be savored. A grand adventure to be embraced with all the courage and curiosity we can muster. So, go forth, my friends, live fully. Refuse to die before death. Embrace each moment as the precious gift it is. For in doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. And in this way, choice by choice, moment by moment, we can create a world more alive, more vibrant, more profoundly human than we ever dared to imagine. Remember, it is never too late to begin living fully. The past is past, the future is yet unwritten. All we have is this moment, this precious present. So seize it, my friends. Seize it with both hands and all your heart. For in this seizing, in this wholehearted embrace of life, you will find not just success or happiness, but something far greater, the profound satisfaction of a life well lived, a journey well traveled, a self fully realized. And so I leave you with this final thought. Do not die before death. Live, truly live, with all the wonder and courage and joy you can muster. For in doing so, you honor not just yourself, but the very gift of existence itself. Thank you. And may your journey be rich with meaning, growth, and profound aliveness. And so I leave you with this final thought: do not die before death. Live, truly live with all the wonder and courage and joy you can muster. For in doing so, you honor not just yourself, but the very gift of existence itself. Thank you. And may your journey be rich with meaning, growth, and profound aliveness. But wait, my friends, before we part ways, let us delve deeper into this notion of living fully. For it is one thing to hear these words, to nod in agreement, and quite another to embody them in our daily lives. How do we translate this lofty ideal into tangible action? Consider, if you will, the humble acorn. Within its tiny shell lies the potential for a mighty oak. But that potential remains dormant unless the acorn is planted, nurtured, and allowed to grow. In much the same way, the seed of a fully lived life exists within each of us. Our task is to nurture it, to provide the conditions for its growth. What are these conditions, you ask? They are nothing less than the choices we make each day. Every moment presents us with a choice to engage or to withdraw, to grow or to stagnate, to love or to fear. It is in these seemingly small decisions that the course of our lives is set. Imagine a man who rises each morning and greets the day with a sense of possibility. He doesn't merely go through the motions of his daily routine. He approaches each task, each interaction, with intention and presence. He sees his work not as a burden, but as an opportunity to contribute something meaningful to the world. In his relationships, he practices deep listening, genuine empathy, and vulnerable authenticity. This man is not immune to hardship or sorrow. He faces setbacks, experiences loss, grapples with doubt. But he doesn't allow these challenges to diminish his zest for life. Instead, he views them as opportunities for growth, as essential parts of the human experience that deepen his capacity for compassion and resilience. Contrast this with another man, one who has allowed himself to die before death. He moves through his days on autopilot, neither fully awake nor fully asleep. He views his work as a necessary evil, his relationships as obligations to be managed. He avoids risk, shuns vulnerability, and regards the unknown with fear rather than curiosity. This man may appear successful by society standards. He may have wealth, status, power. But beneath the surface lies a profound emptiness, a gnawing sense that life is passing him by. He has traded the vibrancy of true living for the illusion of security and control. Which of these men would you rather be? Which life speaks to the deepest longing of your soul? I suspect that for most of us, the answer is clear. We yearn to live fully, to squeeze every drop of meaning and joy from our brief time on this earth. Yet we often find ourselves slipping into habits of complacency, allowing the demands of daily life to dull our sense of wonder and possibility. How then do we break free from this trap? How do we ensure that we remain fully alive until our last breath? The answer, I believe, lies in cultivating a spirit of adventure in our everyday lives. Now, when I speak of adventure, I do not necessarily mean scaling mountains or exploring uncharted territories, though these can certainly be part of a life fully lived. Rather, I am referring to an attitude, a way of approaching life that sees each day as an opportunity for discovery and growth. This spirit of adventure can manifest in myriad ways. It might mean striking up a conversation with a stranger and truly listening to their story. It could involve trying a new cuisine, learning a new skill, or exploring an unfamiliar part of your own town. It might mean expressing a long-held dream to a trusted friend, or taking the first small step towards making that dream a reality. The key is to approach these experiences with openness and curiosity, to be willing to let go of preconceptions and embrace the unknown. For it is in these moments of openness that we often encounter the most profound insights and transformative experience. But let us not forget, my friends, that true adventure also involves risk. To live fully is to be willing to fail, to look foolish to weather our head. It requires a certain courage, a willingness to face our fears and push beyond. This courage is not about the absence of fear, but rather about acting in spite of it. It is about recognizing that on the other side of our fears often lie our greatest opportunities for growth and fulfillment. Consider the example of a child learning to walk. Those first steps are fraught with risk. The child will fall, perhaps many times, but the desire to explore, to reach new heights, quite literally in this case, outweighs the fear of falling. And with each attempt, each stumble and recovery, the child grows stronger, more confident, more capable. We would do well to approach life with a similar spirit, to view our failures not as endpoints, but as necessary steps on the path to growth and mastery, to see our fears not as barriers, but as signposts pointing towards areas ripe for exploration and expansion. This is not to say that we should be reckless or impulsive. Rather, it is about cultivating a balanced approach to risk, one that weighs potential benefits against potential harm, that seeks to stretch us without breaking us. In practice, this might mean setting ambitious goals for ourselves, but breaking them down into manageable steps. It might involve seeking out new experiences or perspectives that challenge our existing worldview. It could mean expressing our authentic selves more fully, even when doing so feels vulnerable or uncomfortable. The beauty of this approach is that it creates a virtuous cycle. As we take risks and survive or even thrive, our confidence grows. As our confidence grows, we become more willing to take on new challenges, and with each challenge we overcome, our capacity for living fully expands. But living fully is not just about personal growth and self-actualization. It is also about our relationships with others and with the world around us. For we do not exist in isolation, but as part of a vast interconnected web of life. To truly live, then, is to engage deeply with this web. It is about fostering genuine connections with others, about contributing our unique gifts to the world, about being stewards of the natural environment that sustains us. Imagine the ripple effects that occur when we choose to live fully. Our enthusiasm becomes contagious, inspiring others to embrace life more fully. Our willingness to take risks and pursue our dreams encourages others to do the same. Our compassion and empathy create safe spaces for others to be vulnerable and authentic. In this way, choosing to live fully becomes not just a personal act, but a profoundly social one. It is a way of lifting up those around us, of contributing to the creation of a more vibrant, more compassionate, more alive world. And here is a crucial point, my friends. This choice to live fully is not a one-time decision. It is not something we can simply resolve to do and then consider the matter settled. Rather, it is a commitment we must renew each day, sometimes each moment. For the forces of complacency and fear are ever present. The temptation to retreat into comfortable routines, to avoid risk and vulnerability, to numb ourselves to the sometimes overwhelming intensity of life, these will always be with us. Our task then is to remain vigilant, to continually check in with ourselves and ask, am I truly living or merely existing? Am I growing or stagnating? Am I embracing life in all its messy, beautiful complexity, or am I hiding from it? This self-reflection need not be a grim or serious affair. In fact, approaching it with a sense of playfulness and curiosity can make it a joyful part of our daily routine. We might ask ourselves, what excited me today? What challenged me? What did I learn? What act of kindness did I perform or receive? How did I push beyond my comfort zone? By regularly asking these questions, we keep ourselves accountable to our commitment to live fully. We become more attuned to the richness of our daily experiences, more aware of opportunities for growth and connection. And here is a wonderful truth: the more we practice living fully, the more natural it becomes. What once felt like a conscious effort begins to feel like second nature. We find ourselves automatically seeking out new experiences, embracing challenges, connecting deeply with others. But let us not fall into the trap of thinking that living fully means constant activity or relentless self-improvement. There is profound value in stillness, in moments of quiet contemplation. To live fully is also to be fully present in these moments of repose, to find peace and contentment in simply being. Indeed, it is often in these quiet moments that we gain the clarity and perspective needed to navigate the more active aspects of our lives. They provide a necessary counterbalance, a time for integration and reflection. So, my friends, as we draw this discourse to a close, I urge you once more, do not die before death. Choose life, choose growth, choose adventure. Embrace the full spectrum of human experience, the joys and sorrows, the triumphs and failures, the certainties and doubts. For in doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also contribute to the betterment of the world around you. You become a beacon of possibility, a living testament to the incredible potential that resides within each of us. Remember, it is never too late to begin living fully. No matter your age, no matter your circumstances, the opportunity for a richer, more vibrant life is always available to you. It begins with a single choice, a single step. So, take that step, my friends. Make that choice, and then make it again tomorrow and the day after. For in these daily choices, these small acts of courage and curiosity, lies the path to a life truly worth living. As you leave here today, carry with you this simple yet profound truth: you are alive, gloriously, wondrously alive. Honor that gift, cherish it, make the most. For in doing so, you fulfill the highest purpose of your existence and inspire others to do the same. May your days be filled with wonder, your heart with courage, and your spirit with the joy of true living. Go forth and live, my friends, truly alive.